live from Trinity Street Coffee
Decatur,
in
Texas.
Decatur, Texas.
I love
And
Decatur.
Look at the smoke coming off that. I don't know if this is coming out on camera, but the heat. This is how cold it is.
The coffee here is part of the Voltage Coffee Project. I think I got the name slightly wrong, but the coffee served here, the coffee served at Kimsey's in Argyle, and the coffee served at West Oak Coffee Bar or West Oak Coffee on the square in Denton are all part of that. The coffee's amazing. It's some of the best coffee in Texas.
Tastes good.
And I can tell you, I'm a coffee guy. I'm a
say-
coffee nerd.
I have a coffee resistance. I'll explain. I know it's bad. I'm like, I can't drink this. But everything else is just coffee. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. But if it's bad, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. This tastes like it's been on the burner for like 3 days. That cheap.
Yeah,
I don't want to
know.
call any other brands out, but gas stations in the country are like, it's over there in the pot. And it's like the Folgers that's been burning for 3 days, which Folgers isn't bad if it's done right. I'm just saying, like, I can't take it. It's really bitter, and you can taste the burning on it. And so, like, in all their other coffee,
This
like,
coffee
oh
is
my
smooth. This coffee is tasty.
No, it does.
You can taste the complexity of the notes.
See,
like this to me,
that's not
I
me.
got a little earthy, like chocolatey, malty kind of flavor. It's perfect for the fall. Perfect for a rainy, dreary day.
It is raining. Decatur is what are we like 30 minutes outside of, maybe 25 minutes outside of Denton, going west.
Going west.
And
Highway
the
380.
weather, oddly, is different here than it was in Denton, just by going west 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It's raining. Of course, it's going to be raining a little more, but it's a little more chilly.
This is the second Texas winter we've had in the last month, maybe month and a half. It got really cold, and then it warmed back up, and now it's cold again. I expect to have 3 or 4 winters, right? We might even have snow in February.
Yeah. I don't. No, winter's not even here.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, think winter's doesn't even get here till, for Texas, it's not here till like mid-January. Then that's winter.
Yeah, and it lasts for
But
5
officially,
weeks.
winter solstice is what, December
21.
21?
Yeah,
So
2021.
we're not even at winter yet, but we'll have those weird. I mean, it's. I remember when I was a kid, one year it sleeted on Thanksgiving. So what do you know? It's like it's going
The
to
good old days before
Yeah, so
global
like,
warming.
If it's not super hot, it's just a roll the dice.
Yeah.
Kind of like on the weather.
I do want to give a shout out to Jared Grice, who is an amazing local talent. He's a singer and I think a songwriter. He plays guitar, he sings. He's going to be here at Trinity Street Coffee tomorrow night. He's here twice a month. He is amazing. If you like Teddy Swims, you are going to like his singing. He is very good.
We'll put one of his videos. I'm sure he has a YouTube.
Yeah, he's on Spotify and he's on Apple iTunes. Good. He's so good.
We'll put his link in the description.
Yeah.
It's like today's just kind of, to me, I don't really have much to talk about, but I've had a pretty rough. Coming off of Thanksgiving, there's 2 things that I did. I didn't work a whole lot for various reasons. And then I did a 72-hour fast. Like Dana White had a thing on a Instagram or TikTok or something about a 72-hour fast, and I was like, I would say this: it's not a real 72-hour fast, right? So, what I would consider a water fast would be I'm only going to drink water for 72 hours. So he does this thing. He says 72-hour water fast. And he goes, all right, so day 1 you drink water with electrolytes in it. I was like, all right, so we're giving
electrolytes. That's not
there's
nutrition.
Yeah,
that's just salt.
It's just he said it has to be all zeros. I said, all right, so basically, and I did that with
on your macros. Zero on your macros. No fat, no protein.
Now you look here and
no
you're
carbohydrates.
Like all zeros.
Yeah.
And so he did it. I was like, all right. I said, cool. I said, all right, so that's easy. We just drink electrolyte in your drinks twice a day or something. And he goes, and a lot of water. And then the next one was, and then you go pick up some of this organic bone broth. And I was like, wait a minute. So,
that's protein in it.
Yeah, so that's not really
a
72-hour
it's
fast.
very keto, but it's not truly, to me, it's not a fast. It's how you come off a fast.
Yeah, so he did basically what he did was a 24-hour fast, and then he did a 48-hour broth fast, is what he did. And so I was like, so that's what I did. I did what he did. I was going to say, oh, I did a 72-hour fast. I'm like, well, I had bone broth. And surprisingly, that bone broth, when you get into that, actually helps you go to the next step. It's like, I was super scared. I'm starving. But when I did the bone broth, it was like eating chicken noodle soup without the chicken or the noodle. I was just, I heated it up and put it in a bowl and I spooned it. I didn't just drink it. You know, I was like, I can't do it.
You wanted to psychologically tell
Yes.
yourself that you were having a meal.
Yeah,
so
so-
you were drinking soup.
yeah, so
or
someone said-
eating soup.
Someone said, well, why are you doing this? Like, I want to feel
So-
like I'm eating something.
So I've
Here's my
done.
meal.
I used to fast quite a bit when I lived in Alaska. When I was actually in a lot better shape, but I used to do a 24-hour fast about once a week. And I remember being young in my 20s or like early 30s, doing a 24-hour fast, and I was like, I can't believe I did this. Now I just drunk water. But I was like, that was so amazing. And you're like, really? Because you eat a meal. Like, let's say you eat an early dinner. Let's say you eat at 5 o'clock, and you're done by 5:30, and you eat a big meal.
Yeah.
You're full. You don't need to eat before you go to bed.
Yeah.
4 hours later, 5 hours later, you go to bed. You sleep 7 or 8 hours. You wake up. Now you just have to get through the day till 5, and you can drink. What I would do is I would drink black coffee or tea, like green tea or
It's
black
so
tea or
easy.
herbal tea with nothing in it, no sugar,
Yeah, but
no
we
even
did it as
artificial
kids.
sweetener.
All you have to do
But-
is your grind is keeping you from
Right,
eating. It's
exactly.
Like, I'm
and
so
you just
busy.
work and you focus,
Yeah.
and then I would do. So I would do that once a week, and then once a month I would do a 2-day fast. Now I never did really. I don't think I ever did a full 48 hours. I would do about 44. Like I'd usually eat an early dinner, and then I'd kind of go to eat like a late lunch 2 days later.
What's the difference?
And it wasn't a big deal.
So let me tell you. So what's the difference when someone focuses on doing the fast
Mhm.
versus like you talk to people who look fairly, I mean, visually, and I don't want to judge, but just visually, they don't look the healthiest, right? And they say they fast every day. I like example. My brother says I eat one meal a day anyway because I'm so busy at work.
It's what you eat, though.
Then he eats at dinner.
Are you eating healthy?
Well,
Whole
the thing is,
foods?
shouldn't a 16-hour to 24-hour fast be beneficial in any regard? I mean, it's not like he's pounding donuts for dinner. He's probably having a sandwich or spaghetti or
Yeah.
something like that. So I would say, like, there's got to be
I mean,
a
it's-
difference.
okay, it's
There's
not-
got to be a difference.
It's not the cure-all. It's not the panacea of all things. But what it is it gives your digestive system a break. It lowers your insulin, so your
Wait,
body
wait.
can kind of
Wait. So
recover.
what I'm saying is the psychological purpose between I'm going to fast for this versus like I just accidentally do it is the health benefit and the psychological piece of it saying my body now my mind tells my
Yeah.
body that I am now doing this, so my body's going to reserve these things, right? Or is it like I fast every day, like I fast, you eat one meal a day, I'm just so busy, I just eat one meal a day. Well, you don't look like a person that would eat one meal a day. I said I think maybe the psychological piece of this plays a role, the stress. So now that, why are you eating one meal a day? Because I'm so busy. Well, you're probably stressed, and that stress is now on
increasing
your
your
body.
cortisol.
Right.
And,
So
and
it's
adrenaline
counterproductive.
Well, I mean, you definitely want to be sleeping
wouldn't-
well. You want to sleep well. You want to manage stress if you can.
There's
Very
no
loud
way
train.
there's no way that train's coming up on the mic.
That
I'm
is-
gonna
okay.
plug these Lee Rail mics. Like, there's a train going by
That's
that is
so loud.
and it's just blaring.
That's so funny. Okay. Anyway,
see.
So there's various. I'm a big believer in fasting for health reasons, but I think part of it is psychological. Also, it's like for me. Let me just tell you about me. A lot of times, I will eat because I'm bored. I'll eat because I'm stressed. I stress eat. It's almost like it's my ADHD kind of kicks in, and it's like I need to do something as a distraction, and so I'll just eat something. And it's like, do I really need to eat? Am I really hungry? So I could easily eat an extra 500 calories a day, easily, just by grabbing a little this and that. And it's not even necessarily unhealthy. I mean, it could be carrots and hummus, but it's easy to eat a couple hundred calories of that during a day, or, and it's not always that. I mean, sometimes it is a little bag of chips or something, right? So I think just not eating just getting through that discipline of like, am I really hungry? No, I don't need to eat. I'm not going to eat.
Yeah.
And if you eat that one meal in a day, like let's talk about okay, fasting, and then there's
So now you
one meal a
stress
day.
eat at that one meal.
Okay,
and
but the one
it
meal,
stores it.
how much are you going to eat? If you're eating a healthy meal with some salad and stuff, you're probably not eating 3,000 calories in one meal. So let's say you eat 2,000 calories in one meal. I mean, I'm
Okay.
6'3", so for me, I can eat 2,000 calories a day and I will lose weight, especially if I exercise.
That's why I have a problem with the calorie diet that people are like, oh, 2,000 calories. Like, man, I have my brother-in-law 6'7", 300 pounds.
Yeah, no,
he's
he's probably
like 320. I was
3,500
like, oh yeah,
calories.
he's going on the 2,000 calorie American standard. I said, come on. I said, so, but the worst part about that is the people that are, let's say 5'7", 5'6", and they're doing the 2,000 calorie diet. So the American standard says I can eat 2,000 calories. I said, you're 5'6".
Yeah.
You're 5'6",
Well,
45 years old. You
goals
can't
are.
do that.
It depends what your goals are for sure.
I would say calories are just one equation of it. This is my opinion. I'm not a dietitian. I'm not claiming to be one, but
Yeah. We are not
but-
giving health advice,
but
by the way.
Just by my observation, I say that if I run into like this calorie deficit, that's one thing. But 1,000, let's say 200 calories of almonds and 200 calories of a soda are different. It's calories,
course.
it's calories, right?
Yeah.
But your body's going to process the almonds different than
Well, the
soda,
almonds have
right?
other things in them.
So-
There's a little bit of fiber.
yes.
There's a little bit of fat,
So-
which helps you feel fuller.
Right. So what I say
Longer.
is you can eat 2,000 calories diet if they are nutrient filled.
Dense. Yeah, nutrient dense calories
Right.
versus
So like
garbage calories.
That's my observation. It's like, well, it's calorie, and people they're just counting calories, and going, yeah, you hit one soda, two sodas, you're done for. That's your lunch, dude.
Yeah.
And now you feel hungry, and like
Yeah.
you know you're gonna go. Now you're
Okay.
doing is you're adding that 200 calories with the refill. That's 400 calories plus the burger plus the fries, and they said, and you just nailed down, 1,100 calories, 1,200 calories in one sitting.
Well,
What
if
are you gonna do?
if you go, like I noticed this when I moved to Texas, and there's fast food everywhere, right? There's a lot of food here, like everywhere.
Yeah.
And the size of a soda, even a medium at like
Yeah.
some burger chains that shall remain nameless, a medium is like 24 ounces or 30 ounces or something. It's massive.
That's 2 or 3 servings in a day.
It's massive. It's probably, I don't know how many grams of sugar that is. And then when you go to the restaurant and you're sitting there and you can refill it, and how many people, and this is a Texas thing too, when you're leaving, they go, do you want me to refill the soda and make it to go? Or do you want me to make your soda to go? And they will refill your soda.
to go.
And you take a 30
Yeah.
ounce, so you're drinking 60 ounces.
We've known each other, what, 2 years? How many
Yes.
times do you see me drink a soda?
I don't think I've ever seen you drink
Right.
soda.
I don't drink my sugar. I'm not saying that I don't do sugar, because I'll eat a cookie, and that's probably my thing. Like, cookie. I'm a
Yeah.
cookie monster.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I don't drink. Once I figured out this whole, like,
Yeah.
when they put that comparison of the cup, and they said, this is a cup of soda, and then they pile sugar next to it. Like, this is how much sugar is.
I
Like,
know.
I'm not drink.
I
I don't
know.
drink my sugar because it's non-filling. I'm hungry later, and the only thing it does is the carbonation in those sodas makes you feel full for a short time.
And it's all high fructose corn syrup anyway, and it's just
If
garbage.
you can't
Artificial
read the
color.
ingredients, why are
Yeah,
you eating?
yeah.
I think that Tony Horton, the P90X guy, he said that. He was like, if you're eating out of a box or a bag, it's likely bad for you. Not all the times, but he said if you can't read the ingredients, why are you eating it?
Yeah.
And so he has this like holistic kind of like diet plan for him. I'm not saying I'm perfect, and it's hard to live in this world and do that unless you're disconnected from like a super center store.
Well, and a lot of the food that you buy that is health, like that you can read the ingredients and you're like, oh my goodness, I know what every one of these is. This is a normal English word. They are like, that's the more expensive brand. So
Yeah.
what happens is stores are filled with processed food,
You know
ingredients
why?
you can't pronounce, probably made in some laboratory, but that's cheaper.
It's preservatives. They
It's
have
all
to. It's shelf
preservatives.
life.
Yeah.
It has to have a shelf life.
Yep. Well, look at bread.
You know,
And-
Oreos are vegan, right? Oreos are vegan, and the Oreos
Well,
are not only the Oreos are
Vegan,
knockoff.
you can be vegan and be unhealthy, or you
That's
can
right.
be vegan and you can be healthy.
It's just-
There's different ways to do it. You can be vegetarian. You can be whatever you are. There's a way to do it healthily and a way to do it sickly, if that's a word.
Yeah, you could. I people say like, if you need to be on a vegan diet or a veg, it's like you don't realize that some things like that you can eat. Like sodas are vegan.
Yeah, if you're going to be on a vegan diet, you need to watch your proteins like crazy. You need a lot of plant protein
And take the sugars
and
out.
healthy plant fats, not seed oils. And you need to make sure that you're eating whole, nutritiously
Yeah.
dense food, not a bunch of processed garbage like
That's the
Ritz
problem.
crackers and things like that.
I don't think that it's a very the things,
I bet there are many soda brands that are vegan.
Oh yeah, I think they are.
Yeah.
I mean, well, the other thing is that if someone's a chemist and they could read the label, I would say, and that language goes everywhere. I bet the labels in other countries are the same.
I have a rule I just made up on the spot right now. If it has more than 3 syllables, be skeptical.
Banana.
I said 3's okay. More than 3. More than 3.
I don't know. I don't eat bananas because they don't sit well with me. Here's something to think about. I'll give you this thing. I always had problems with bananas. It makes my throat itch. I would get heartburn. I'll throw them up and under, like if I eat a banana and I'm working out, I'll puke.
Oof.
Right? Until I started eating organic bananas. I was scared of I'm not eating organic bananas because I don't do well with bananas. I eat organic bananas, completely fine.
That's really interesting. So I know a woman.
You know, like when you put lotion on your skin and it gets into they have topical creams for pain. I said, I wonder if the pesticides that they don't really clean the bananas as well as they should,
or it somehow gets into the banana.
Covered and the banana peel is what do they call it? Porous, right? It's got to be porous. It's got to be leaking in those pesticides and
probably depends on the size of the molecules.
And all those things. It's
sure.
What are they doing to those bananas that's making me? I can't eat those. Because I thought, of all the things I would eat, organic strawberries and organic apples. Because I'm like, I would be careful.
Yeah.
But then you go into bananas. Like I should be fine with regular bananas. No.
I've always thought that bananas didn't matter.
No.
Okay, so I know of a woman that I used to work with years ago when I was in Alaska, and she was from Greece, and she could not eat tomatoes in the United States, even organic tomatoes. When she would go to Greece and eat tomatoes from her parents' garden, and I don't know of neighboring gardens, but she said, when I go to Greece and I eat tomatoes from a garden, I can eat them. They don't bother me at all. She goes, when I eat them here, even the ones grown in hot houses that are quote unquote organic, she swelled up.
It's the soil, the water.
I don't know. A lot of tomatoes in the United States aren't even grown in soil. They're grown hydroponically.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that that's bad. That might be fine, but maybe there's some sort of fertilizer in there that's affecting some people. I always wanted to make a
hydroponic lettuce and tomato grower, but
my cousin's starting a hydroponic business that she's going to provide.
She's in Colorado?
No, she's in California. Okay. She's a winemaker too.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Noelle Schaff. She's amazing. But
it's
this is a random show. So she's starting a business. I just found out. I need to call her, and she's going to be it's going to be a commercial garden for local restaurants of really good, delicious.
So I found this out
food.
recently because I found this on we watched this show, Food Theory. It's on YouTube.
By the way, Cardona Farms. It's called Cardona Farms.
Cardona Farms.
Cardona Farms. It's not. It's. I don't know that it's. She's just starting it, so keep your eyes peeled for that.
The Food Theory is on YouTube, and they had the story. My kids watch it, and I'll get trapped into it. And they said that the reason the pizza in New York tastes so good is because of the water, right? Well, I would never think to myself, New York's got the best water in the country. It's not the best
right
water.
Out of the Hudson River. They just take the bucket and dump it out and pour it in the dough. So they did
this whole thing, and watch the video, but it says that it's not about how good the water is. It's the way that makes the pizza taste. You can't recreate a New York pizza here because you're not using the same ingredient. The same, there are coffee companies that will ship you the beans with the water to go with it, right? Because they're going to brew. I hit the table again. Sorry, they're going to brew that coffee with that water, so it makes the most sense. So the ingredients local makes the most sense. And like you said, the person in Greece, why is that okay? Because she grew up locally into this, so is adapted to that local environment.
Yeah, from birth.
Right? So a local environment is okay. And eventually, I would guess, my hypothesis would be that if she stayed here long enough, she would adapt and create.
She was, when I knew her, she
So-
was in her late 40s.
She was still struggling.
Yeah, and she had been in the United
Yeah.
States for, I don't know, 25, 30 years or something. She came over as a very
If
young
something bothered
woman.
me, I wouldn't eat it. I
Yeah,
was
she just didn't. She didn't.
I just wouldn't eat it. I wouldn't. I was like, you know what? This part of these things in my life are not that important to suffer. I'll just. It's like I'll just remove this from my life, and it's okay.
Well, okay, so we want to hear what you think. Here's the question: how important is like farm to table or whole foods, natural foods, organic foods to you? Do you think that it's just a conspiracy? Does it matter? Does it not matter? Have you seen any evidence with you or your friends or family when they're eating things? We'd love to hear your comments.
I think it's a money grab.
Yeah, but we want to know, because this is something that we're very much interested in right now. And I'm noticing in Texas, I'm from California, so this has been going on for 30, 40 years there. But I'm starting to see a lot of these restaurants around here. There's some that are focused more on organic and healthy stuff. So
I think I like the way it tastes better, but there's some things when I see organic baby diapers, I'm like, oh, come on. Like, is it really gone that far? This is organic spoons. I'm like, hey man, this I just make sure what I ingest. And
well,
there's
I do put
probably-
organic gasoline in my car.
I do. It's from the earth.
Exactly.
It's from the
It's
earth.
carbon.
This is very vegan of you. I just cut that out.
It's not
Sorry.
vegan. It came from dinosaurs.
I know. My thought is I just have these things, and like my opinion is like, what is a 72-hour fast any good if you're using bone broth? It's not a fast.
Okay.
Is farm to table the best way to do it? Which I
agree. I think it is.
I think shop local
Shop
is
local.
important.
Shop local, buy local. Buy local
Yeah.
this holiday season.
Yeah, and it's going to cost a little more, and I'm guilty of not doing that a couple times because sometimes like certain things, like I do cycling, it's like, man, if I can get a part for 50% off, man, and then it's, oh, we got to wrap this up. We have a meeting, so anyway, grab hit the bell,
Hit the bell
subscribe.
and check out Jared Kreis. We're going to put his information below so that you
Yeah.
can check him out. He's an amazing local artist.
Try to watch more of us. Just hit play and let it sit.
Yeah,
We're not that entertaining, but we were just supposed
we
to
try.
riff today.
We try.
It was this thing. It's like